to be here this morning. Okay, let's get into it. You already know that on the Daily News Review, we run through the headlines that we've seen, chit chat a bit on them, and then we dwell on the ones that caught our eye, and then we really sympathy with our analysts. Will be joined shortly by our analyst will be joining us shortly, but let's just get into it this morning. Okay, starting off with the Punch newspaper as per usual, we have U.S. Embassy in Abuja cancels visa appointments for March 4 over protest fears. Ogun 2027, Iyabo Obasanjo woos women labor groups for governor bid. I don't remember the day we were on this show where we were saying, oh, it's now like family business or something like that. I don't remember, but I remember I think that conversation was had because ma. And at the end of the day, yeah, I'm still big for women, let's contest, let's find the seeds, let's get representation up, because we're still less than 5% in the whole of Africa in terms of representation in the house, whether lower house or higher house, less than 5%. We only have 4 women. God, I beg. And we're in the we're in Women's Month, International Women's Day, Mothering Sunday, Mother's Day. So we're hoping that, quite a few great things happen in this month. So yeah, I mean, we need as much women who want to contest for governorship or senatorial position or councillor position or whatever it is. Presidency, will it be in my lifetime that I will see a female president? Let's see. Hi Sumba, good morning.
Good morning. I was just sending a message because it's saying I'm the only one here, and I can hear you very. I can't hear you.
I'm here with you. Hi, Sumba. Good morning. How are you? Uh-oh. The network is breaking now. Uh-oh. While we wait for Sumba to join us again, we'll just go ahead with the remaining headlines this morning. We have in the Guardian newspaper. Hi, Sumba. The network is breaking. I'm just going to send her a message. Okay, let's get into it. The Guardian newspaper, moving on from the from the Punch newspaper to the Guardian newspaper, we have Federal High Court summons INEC chairman over contempt charge. Actually, there's been quite a few, I don't want to say draggings with the current INEC chairman, because even Murik is calling for his removal from being the INEC chair. So we're just going to watch as that unfolds, because it's like he's on the hot seat right now. Next up, we have Oshobo communities protest blackouts. Say businesses bleeding, security threatened. See, I know for a fact that once it is the hot weather, when we're in the hot season, electricity is very, it's like a is it priceless commodity? We can't find it, right? However, we also know at the same time that we have severe power issues in Nigeria. Just the other day, the the Aso Rock Villa removed itself from the grid. Yeah. So if you were not convinced that we had power issues, that is big convincing, because if the presidential seat decides that they're not going to be on the same grid as we are and they're going to power themselves via solar, what's the hope for the young man or the young woman down the road? But in this case, it's not only Oshogo that's been complaining. I think there's an eastern state or a south state. I don't remember the name now. Quite a few states have been complaining about blackout. In fact, if you speak to your friends as well, you see that a lot of people are complaining that, oh, there's no light. And when there's no light, it's carries on to other things as well. I'm talking businesses, companies. I was reading, there was a woman I saw on social media the other day she's a businesswoman and was complaining about how her chicken, she does frozen food, and her fish is on the verge of spoiling, or she's going to have to like eat it, starts going into BC because there's no light to be able to preserve this cold food. So this power issue is really, really everywhere. But then Oshogo communities are saying, look, our businesses are bleeding, security is being threatened, because if there's no light, anything can happen in the middle of the night. You understand? So yeah. So we're hoping that, I don't know, as long as they don't come and cite that there is hot weather, because is my face saying a lot? Yes, I'm saying a lot. Okay. This day newspaper, we have Rivers Assembly set to screen 9 commissioner nominees. These are the nominees by the governor of Rivers State for Barra. He dismissed almost everybody in his cabinet, and then now he's screening people. And it makes me wonder, like, you're in the last year of your first 4 years. Like, why is he in the last year? Same with Taiwo Oyedele, who the president instated as the finance minister. I'm just like, what's going on? But we shall be soon. APC Congress Abia ready to deliver Tinubu in 2027, says Deputy Speaker Kalu. In the Daily Trust, we have courts adjourned. Hold on a minute. Why did I say to? What do you mean Abia ready to deliver Tinubu? Does he know something that we don't know? Because I would like to think that delivering Tinubu would be at the voting polls, not that you're saying it beforehand. Is Abia State and APC State? It doesn't matter if it's the governor of the state and APC. I don't even know. Like, all these bold statements that are made worries me and makes me concerned as to whether the polls will matter at the end of the day. If all these states, if all these politicians are already saying, don't worry, my state will deliver, would bring the presidency to you, it's just really, really worrying. Daily Trust.
For me, because the outcome of elections is not dependent on you and I. It's not dependent on you and I voting. I mean, we say, I hear people say it now, several people, that the results are out already. So why are you harassing yourself? The results are out. So when they come out and beat their chest and say, I will deliver this state, I will deliver this local government or whatever, they know what they are saying. They already have it figured out. So and that is adding to the voter apathy. I know a lot of people are not going to go to the polls come next year. It's like they've given up. And I don't know, the more we try to educate Nigerians, to not let go of their faith, in quotes, the more people are just discouraged. So that's what it is.
Oh, it is well. Okay, moving on to Daily Trust. Court adjourns Malami son's alleged terrorism trial to March 10. In fact, I was reading about how it is the AGF. So Malami used to be the Attorney General of the Federation. Now it is the current Attorney General of the Federation. His name escapes me now, who is going to be sitting over this as well. Right. Okay, next up we have outrage over suspension of cleric who criticized Tinubu. Hand go touch everybody last, because when we've been seeing people criticize people or people protesting and they get punished, so to speak, arrested, beaten, and nobody's speaking, should be we touch everybody at every day. Vanguard newspaper, we have FCCPC. Go ahead, Musumba. Go ahead, Sumo.
People are speaking. People are speaking. The question is, are they being heard? So we have a kind of government that appears to be autocratic, and they do what they want to do irrespective. So, I mean, you are talking about it now. Is it that, and do people even have to talk about it? Don't they know what the Constitution says? Do you just go about arresting people at will? And then when did we start, why does anybody have to be arrested for speaking, for saying, okay, this and this that you have done, peradventure is not in line with the Constitution, is not right? Instead of you to look into the veracity of that statement and do what is needful about it, you go witch hunting people. And it's so sad, because this government itself, the person who sits at the top of the government in this country was himself a chief protester. You understand?
A
And he
chief
did,
protester.
and it was a chief protester that would even take protest out of the shores of Nigeria to other countries, all in a bid to do what? And now you are there, and you are acting up. You don't want to be touched. You want to do what you like, when you like it, how you want it. It doesn't work that way. So it's sad that in 2026, Nigeria is still fighting, about such things, and still discussing such things. Who does that? We should have gone way beyond that.
Past this.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I agree. And this is something we always say. Where was I? I don't remember where I was. Oh, I was watching a podcast, and this particular man was talking about Adams Oshomole. And he was saying he doesn't know who this current Adams Oshomole is, but that the one they knew in Benin, the comrade that they knew, that when they were going to pass this electoral act, the manual or no manual bill, he said he knows for sure that if it was the Adams of before, the Adams that they know of Benin, right, of Edo State, that bill wouldn't have been passed. So he was saying how it's so interesting how they were one thing at one time, and then now once money has entered, they've gotten a seat. It's like the lines become blurred. They don't see anymore. They don't see straight anymore. They become part of the carcass, part of the rot that was there, before. And when you count the number of people that are still on the straight and narrow, Boya is on one hand. To be honest, I don't think I can even find any, because once they say, oh, there needs to be a closed door meeting, I already begin to worry, because I'm like, you go in one way, you come in another way.
Yeah, that's changes. And a comrade is different from a senator. It's time they turn a different thing, like the of the environment that if when turn that you be is it that or all the activism we were doing from the beginning towards the end? Okay, is it that the idea of fitted that let me do in activism to myself, and then also it becomes a step in government. Then once they get, and can because what has to be quite a number of Yamo, many of them, and you are wondering, is the same person? So it's all about stomach infrastructure.
It is well. Okay, moving on to Vanguard. FCCPC warns Lagos traders against no return, no refund policy. Next up, we have, and we're going to be talking about that this morning, because like you want to buy something on social media, wherever, they'll tell you there's no refund, you cannot return it. And I'm like, are you people selling ice? I mean, are you selling diamond? What exactly it is? So we'll talk about it this morning. And I'm glad that the FCCPC is talking about this. Yes, Suma, you were saying something?
Yeah, I want to say, let me, give you
You're breaking up, Simba. We can't hear you clearly again. Maybe turn off your video, because you know sometimes the video takes a lot of something. So maybe turn it off.
Can you hear me now?
It's still breaking. Hi, Simba.
Nice. So that's exactly what I'm
here.
Better. I'm here.
It's better now. Here. It's better now.
Okay. So my daughter, the one who studied law, you know, she studied outside the country, and then now she's in law school. So all that law, I think all that law is playing up in her head. So because we've had a very terrible and erratic light supply, I mean, you should in the estate, she's been on and about. So yesterday she charges at me and say, "Mommy, look, is it that somebody cannot do anything about this thing? We need to take it up." And she began to make. I said, "Madam, harass me. Go and visit consumer."
Like her mom's footsteps, to be honest.
I said, "Go and Google consumer protection. I make your report there. Don't shout at me here." You know, the way she was charging as if I was being careless, as if people are being careless and they are not willing to do what. And I'm like, you will soon chop breakfast, so you will soon understand that Naija is not be where you they come from. But it's so frustrating, you know.
It is. But then, I mean, they say an apple doesn't fall too far from a tree, so she's following her mother's footsteps. So, Mommy, you have to collect it.
I'm getting tired, so let her revive the. Let her revive the meeting.
Let it revive. Okay. Next up on the Vanguard newspaper, we have Tuji Alausa denies plans to quit cabinet for Lagos governorship race. So, moving on to the Premium Times, we have "I won't go to the gutters with him." Ex-senator reacts to insult from Akwa Ibom governor. Governor Umar has been in the news this week, last week, for things that are not really great. One, he said that we're not. What was it that he said on Monday? Was it Tuesday? He said, people say they're calling me, I'm not picking their calls. He said, "Am I your receptionist? Why are you calling me?" That was one thing he said. Another thing he said was, what was the other thing in Akwa Ibom? The budget for education is way lower than the budget for brand new SUVs for
is it not the same all around?
Like, so I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway.
They put their they put their mouth where their money is. In other words, they invest on the things that concern them. They are there not for you, for me.
No, I know, 100%. I agree.
They are there for themselves. So, what's their business with education? Their children are out of the country, getting the best of our education with our money. So why should they bother about whether there are schools or not? It's so early in the morning.
Okay. Moving on to the Nation newspaper, we have, still on the Premium Times, revenue leakages, reps direct custom, CBN, MPA, others to submit comprehensive export records. In the Nation newspaper, we have PDP, ADC, LP members join APC in Edo. Police arrest 2 NRC staff over alleged assault on UI lecturer in Ibadan. Moving on to the cable newspaper, we have Franklin Ogbunweze, City Boy movement backers are after perks of power, not Nigeria's progress. You know, every time I see the City Boy movement, I am just like, what exactly is going on? Because this is not a political party. This is a movement that is backing the sitting government. And I'm just like,
grandpa,
what's going on? Okay. Senate begins probing to Ponzi schemes after CBEC's collapse, moves to amend BOFIA. In the Daily Post, we have PDP not dead in Ekiti. Oluyede's name will appear on the ballots. I think that PDP should just give it a rest, because I don't know what is going on anymore. No, actually nobody knows what is going on anymore in PDP.
There's
So they should
no
just
other party in Nigeria apart from
there's no
APC.
APC finished.
It's a one-party state.
Yeah.
And that's why some Nigerians are saying that 2027 is going to
It's a
be
done deal.
the election between APC and the Nigerians. You know, APC is, Nigeria is contesting against APC, and APC is contesting against Nigerians, since there is no other party.
Okay. In the Tribune, still on the Daily Post, one killed as security operatives foil abduction in Kano State. That is good. Tribune, this is where we have Constitution Amendment. NILDS mobilizes support for passage of special seats bill. This special seats bill, I am so tired. I'm not even going to lie. Interestingly, on Political Arena yesterday, I was asking our guest, Mary Ikoko, founding director of Emerge Development Initiative, I think. And I was like, what is the way? I've been asking this question. And the last thing we said was, what happens if this bill isn't passed? Because I am inclined to believe that they are intentionally delaying this bill from not being passed. But then I think that as women, we need to start thinking of what happens, what's the alternative, what do we begin to demand for if this bill is not passed. As at December, we were very certain it was going to pass in December, and then they moved it. And they keep, right now, we don't even know when. We're just talking about it. So I don't know. For me, in a country where half of the population are women, and there's no representation, it just really, really opens up the fact that patriarchy is what it is. And no, I'm not even going into what you think it is. It's just that it's unfortunate that even men are not seeing the need, or a lot of men, let me not say most of the men, are not seeing the need for women being in the house, women in government.
They are the drivers of patriarchy. I'm sorry to butt in. They are the drivers of patriarchy, and the dynamic sphere, even within religion, okay? Because the religion is supposed to be a moral compass.
Yeah.
But when they become the chief drivers of patriarchy, what do you think happens? It's so entrenched in our system that, every time a woman tries to aspire to something, it's like that's an anomaly. That's this is a men's, forum. What are you doing here? Get the butts out. And that's why for a woman to attain to anything in Nigeria, you've got to try. I wouldn't even say twice as hard. You've got to try 10, 15, 20 times as hard as your men folk. And so it's and when you look at the way the world is running, and you look at, several places in the world that you would never have thought that a woman could be anything, and there you have women as their, number one citizens and all of that. And that is why Nigeria is still, buried in the ruts of, oh, she's a woman, therefore. You understand? How do you go into the National Assembly and you are discussing things that are exclusively, women issues, and then you don't want the voice of women to come and say, to come and have an input? How do you? It's like a doctor. I go to a doctor, right? I have, some challenges with my health. He's not asking me questions. He doesn't want me to speak, to explain what exactly, I'm feeling. And he just takes a look at me and decide, okay, what you actually have is, is a high fever. Therefore, take this injection. Are we okay?
I mean, you've rightly said it. It's just so sad. It's really, really, really sad. Really sad.
For me, they don't come across that poster. Somebody contesting for election for something women affairs. It was a man.
The man.
You saw it. Who wanted? And I'm like, oh, okay. Are you a trans woman? Are you Because I don't understand how you want to go Ministry of Women Affairs, and for a long time, men used to head the Ministry of Women Affairs as the ministers in charge.
And that's why we are where we are as women in Nigeria.
Yes, now until a lot of noise had to be made and all of that. You want to be you are a man. You want to oversee Ministry of Women Affairs. So that's why I'm saying, are you a trans woman?
Anyways, as well, we hope for the best in this country. We really, truly hope. It's a lot. It's really a lot. Oyo 2027, we only want governor, not party chairman, says Okiogun group to APC. Finally, in the dailies this morning, Tunde Lemo expresses satisfaction over Delegates Congress of All Progressives Congress in Ogun State. That is from the pen pushing. Lastly, in the pen pushing, we have Tinubu directs suspension of cashless payment at airports. I don't even know why they even came up with the cashless payment at the airport first. I understand it. However, in a country where we don't even do our due diligence on things, I think we just wake up and say, oh yeah, what does it, this looks nice, let's do it, without proper research, without proper, basically doing your due diligence with regards to these things.
But let me ask you a question, my dear Fumi. When we say cashless payment in the airport, first you want to identify what payments do we make at the airport? Question.
That's a good what excess luggage when you're
excess luggage, and then maybe you pay for car park.
Or maybe you want to buy maybe you missed your flight and you need to get out, and then you want to buy you need an immediate flight at that point in time. Yes,
whatever the payments are, what exactly is wrong with cashless payment? Because the truth of the matter is, today in present day Nigeria, how many people still pay for stuff in cash? You go to the market, you see the people who are selling, in the market. I mean, people that I buy stuff from. I want to buy my peppers. The northern gentleman, they all have POS there. Okay, and pay. When I go to the market, raw market, I hardly carry cash. I don't even carry cash anymore. And it doesn't matter what you want to buy. It's available, even though, as much as you want to buy vegetables, I can go to the market and buy something for 500-600 naira, and I'm paying with my card. If I'm not paying with my card, you are doing transfer and all of that. So why exactly is it a problem, doing cashless payment in a place like the airport that is supposed to be an international space? Do you understand? So people who come in, they're not Nigerians. All they have is their traveling card, their card and all of that. You are telling me that they can't make payment? Only, Olosha.
I think beyond that, Sumba, is that, I traveled. Where did I go? I think in December when I traveled, there were quite a few people who wanted to pay with their card. Unfortunately, and I think that's to your point. They kept on saying, "Oh, the machine was not working." Right,
and it's a deliberate act.
I agree with you, and that's why
I cannot vouch for my people.
And that's what I'm saying.
In a place like Nigeria, like the airport, I'm so sorry. There are several means of making payment, cashless. First and foremost, this POS that we are carrying about, is it only one bank that they are using?
No, of course not.
And then transfers everywhere now. You say, oh, do you have POS? They say no. Transfer. Account number. That's it on the wall. So for me, it is Nigerians have a way of destroying, processes because they want to benefit from it. The
100%.
person, the lady who, the person who is in charge, I know the lady is the head of FAN, I don't know, then you have the minister, whoever decided that it should go cashless. There's something they saw why they said that is to block all those loopholes. For me, I don't know if you have an encounter in the airport. Let me tell you, I'm sorry, something critical that happened. And my daughter was traveling back to school, I think about 2 years ago. And then she had excess luggage. Okay, she had excess luggage, and I was like, this excess luggage, maybe 50 kg or whatever, or 50 pounds, and then it's like 2 over 3 over what ordinarily they would just pass. This is a young student. This fellow just insisted that I will not go. Okay, and then I began to remove stuff from my daughters because I wasn't ready to pay.
Yeah.
And the guy, 2 kg, I mean, 1 pound, 2 pounds, not at all. So the guy now began to say, and I can help you, this. Long story short, he wanted me to pay a bribe. So I was looking at him. Do you know, he wrote his account number and name on a piece of paper and gave it to me. And I said, Magic Pelubo boy. Do you understand? So he said I should bring 30,000. I said I don't have 30,000. I said, you see, as I'm here, I cannot give you more than 5K. He said that's okay. So I literally transferred 5,000 naira to his account. No problem. My daughter went. When I got to where I was going, me, the grace that people like us carry is that we've been here a long time. So I know everybody everywhere. And you need it to survive in Nigeria. So I just called the high-ranking official and said, the guy was so, and he's their Oga, he was so furious, and he kept give me the details. I said, no. So, but one day I said, no. The guy said to me, the ones destroying Nigeria. He says, we want to watch this place. So I gave they called the panel. They gave whatever for him to be expelled totally. What's the word when you to sack him? And do you know, Fumi, that at the end of the day, it was still like that went to plead for the foolish man. Because I just thought to myself, I said, this man now, let me think beyond him. He has a wife at home. He has children at home. This kind of person, he will lose his job, go and begin to beat wife at home, frustrate an entire family and all of that. So at the end of the day, for me to plead, they kept on saying, no. I said, I beg, can I kneel down? And so they now suspended him
instead
for some time. You understand? And his colleagues at the airport were saying to me that that man, if I had known, I would have told you not to go before his counter. That's what he does.
He does.
Do you get audacity to write down your name and your account number and a piece of paper and to have me transfer evidence day as they talk about? That's how stupid and how desperate they are.
They can be.
This thing is not about if we can go cashless, but it is the fact that some people are making money, and I don't know why the president is now, pro them. I don't know why he's.
I think that it's because, if they continue like that, the money doesn't come in, and they'll keep on saying. What I'm trying to say is they need to do their due diligence in sense of the people like the example you cited. They will find another means necessary. Oh, the POS is still not working. And I've gone to police stations where I've transferred into personal accounts because I didn't go with my card, or because they say, their POS account is not working. So there needs to be a proper overhauling of, I don't even know, of Nigerians, because Nigerians are not honest people.
For me, can they use banks? There are banks in the airport or cash point. Do you understand? Let them plant enough there. Let the banks come, you pay and then pam, if they want to do cash. But you see this cash thing with our people, you go to pay for trolley. Let's move on.
Okay. The phone lines are now open. The phone lines are now open. 07000 917 917 9155 917 917. You can call our toll-free line 0800 1235 917. You can text or WhatsApp us on 08155 917 917 or 0703 1756 537. Those are the numbers to call and text. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website www.wfm917. Let's get into the first headline. The time is 5 minutes after 8. This morning, you're still tuned to Women Radio 91.7. This is the Daily News Review. My name is Fumi, and I've got Sumba, our big lady, our big mama Sumba. Our iron lady, say it as it is, no mincing words. It's not gray, it is black. It's not cream, it is white. Lady Sumba.
We
need it, yes. We don't have a lot of people like that. Absolutely. This one, I did talk about this during the headlines. FCCP warns Lagos traders against this no return, no policy that they have. FCCP PC is the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Oh, good morning. We have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Evangelist.
Is that Evangelist?
Good morning, Madam. Where is
Good morning.
Oh, Rose is under the weather. I mentioned that Rose is under the weather.
We need to know what is wrong with her.
No, I mentioned it yesterday that Rose is under the weather. That's why she hasn't been around. Yes. So hopefully
she can come in.
That's how we over the weather.
A member of our family. If brother can come in, we will come in. A member of our board, a member of our family. Yeah.
Oh no, she's getting better. She's under the weather. She's getting better.
Madam Buki, good morning. I've been listening to you. And what then I need to see, I've allowed that man to be sacked so that others can learn. That's what Nigeria needs. If that one is other people will, they say it's not sacked. What if what is happening in Nigeria? After we are one
has been
everything. Like on light issue, states should do something and be able to have their own light. State police is good. I think that will be more. I know, as you say, Nigerians is corrupt, but when you have state police to cover up this bandit time, at least this time they be operating for months or hours without nobody responding. So governors will not have money because they are giving them more money. So they should do something now because more money is given to them. They'll be able to pay and the infrastructure and other things. So this money will hold them accountable when if people are being held accountable. Like now we say collective judgment. And if after Tinubu have left, people work under him, doesn't come in also we hold them. If they know that, then everybody is still tight. Nigeria, we need a change in this country. We have all it takes to be great. But corruption is dragging us down. We should learn to be the right. This country was not like this. And this country was not like this. And in those days, there's so many churches. You don't have a church, they don't have a church. But why I think that we will many churches and remember, that's what we are not doing it. God is not people. We try to change that. Change our ways of doing things. I mean, Nigeria be great again. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evangelist Dixon. Okay, let's go ahead. So the no return, no refund policy, and the zonal coordinator, Dr. Olubumi Oti, said, we're not doing that anymore. He said that the commission was in the market to educate traders on their obligations to customers. This is very funny because the customer is always right. It's not it's not working anymore. She said
it doesn't work in Nigeria.
She said no refund.
For me, you will buy something. Even in structured places like supermarkets or whatever. And it will go back. And they will say, madam, now so we buy them. You understand? Now so we buy them. You understand? So the question is, on whose head falls the liability? In this our estate, one of the many supermarkets in this estate, okay, I bought, what was it? A toaster, a pop-up toaster. I got home, the thing didn't work. I took it back, they tested it, it didn't work. Then they said they were going to give me another one. When they go and buy that for me, I went to the US I spent nothing less than 3 months, gallivanting all over outside the country. I came back. That toaster had not been given back to me. I kept on going and coming. There was always one excuse or the other. Inside supermarket, in this article, do you know that eventually what they said was that I should use the money to buy something else? So even if you don't want to buy something, you are forced to buy something else. First and foremost, they tracked that receipt how many times. Do you understand? And so at the end of the day, what I wanted to get, I didn't get it. I had to use it to say, okay, let me do groceries. And the money was plenty. So that's the kind of thing in Nigeria. I can't say, this one that they want to do, they go, but don't know how to do it, especially in the market. You want to buy something in Oyibo, you take it back the following day and they say, madam, I beg you. Do you understand?
You don't I
don't know, but let me not be let me not be a naysayer. But what I'm trying to say is that for them to be able to enforce that, her work hands plenty.
Okay, I mean, yes, because every single person is a consumer. Every single person is a customer. Even the ones that are selling, even the traders that are selling, are also customers to somebody else. And it just, it's just very, very disheartening when you buy something, it's not the quality you were expecting. You go back to lodge a complaint and they say, oh, sorry, you cannot return it and there's no refund. And the ones that even replace or exchange are very, very, they are minuscule, a drop in the ocean. And so the CPP, I said the FCCPC is saying that, look, come and lodge your complaints, right? That when businesses refuse to comply with, the laws at hand or their policy, that the law empowers them to impose fines, to withdraw products, to seize goods, to prosecute offenders, to even shut down the business. But in Nigeria, again, not to even take us back, when we're talking about the airport situation, that's why I said there needs to be a complete overhaul, because Nigerians are, people used to say that Nigerians are honest people, but I think that Nigerians are inherently dishonest right now. I don't think that a typical Nigerian is honest. If you find honest people, they are
exception.
Yeah, they're an exception, to the rule. And when you now say, oh, me as a customer, so for instance, if I remember going to a supermarket and I bought a drink, opened the drink and it was horrible. It wasn't the drink. I think it was expired. And I'd gone back and they were like, hey, sorry, it was crazy. I remember telling my husband, and he was like, you say, madam, they cannot take it to that one is on you, you bought it, because they're not the original provider of that service. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Say that again,
I said they will tell you, now so we buy them.
Now so we buy them.
But you know the truth, let me give a thumbs up to the FCCPC, because I tried them once and I got a very good, service. What had happened, I had paid for the subscription, DSTV, and for some reason, they put it. I'm calling out everybody.
But you cannot call out their name, because you will pay for it.
You will pay for it.
But you will pay for it.
So, for some reason, they just messed up the bouquet and everything. Do you know, my dear, for 3 months or more, I was on this issue. And I became so exasperated because I couldn't, so I don't know somebody who just mentioned it and I said, hey, that one exists. So I wrote them. But for them, maybe that would have been when I stopped using that whatever service. Once who rose up to it, took it up, and then they eventually now sorted it out. But every time, and you know what it is, you call their customer service, Bookie is speaking it now, Chinedu is speaking it the next time, Mohammed is speaking it all in the space of 2 minutes. So I think that if the piece they work, once people know that they deliver results, a lot of people will be making complaints to them, but whether they would have the capacity to cope with those complaints, is another thing entirely. But let's give it a try. It's not a bad idea.
We'll see. All right, let's go on to the next headline. Before that, I think I have a message that says, if Iran is begging for ceasefire like our Nigerian people want us to believe, why is Trump trying to drag US allies into the war? The greatest military in the world should be able to fight alone. When he wants that the war, inform anybody. Now he's looking for a country we go support him. That's Olusoga Ajayi from Odonlai Corridor. To be honest, let me even hear your thoughts on this America-Iran-Israeli situation, Sumbo.
Well, the world is not a fair place. And, whether you like it or not, there are powers over powers. All right? The challenge that I have, and I know that it's okay for you to want to establish your sovereignty and all of that. But Yoruba people say, Emma love your work banla. Don't go and use small hand to collect big hand. Okay, now, whether we like it or not, the West, particularly those superpowers are bullies. America is a bully. Russia is a bully. Any country that has those, powers, superpowers, they are bullies. They just want to show that, yes, we are the ones in charge. Now, unfortunately, the man we have in the Oval Office in America, as far as I'm concerned, there's a psycho case. It's not mentally stable. As far as I'm concerned, and his niece has also come out to say so, has written a book about it. His niece, who married Trump, it's obvious to the eye. So, it's a man that is without restraint. When power has no restraint, what you have is disaster. And America has always sucked up to Israel. And they have their reasons why. And if they don't, 70% of the CIA are Jew. So what are we talking about? True that the two countries are intertwined. But let's look at Iran. They, all these Arab nations too, a number of them are extremists. A number of them are, so you can't really come for me. You can't really support one against the other. Both of them have their issues. You understand? But what I say is that when you know that superpowers are what they are, and then you have a man at the helm of affairs now who is just absolutely irrational, why do you want to go and be looking for trouble? When people talk to me about this Israel-Hamas war and all of that, and everybody is now shouting at, Israel. I'm not happy to see people dying, young people, children, innocent people being killed. But when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. And Yoruba people have a proverb. They say that, it escapes me now. I was going to say it. Hamas went and looked for trouble. Israel was sitting down jejely in their domain. You go in there, you kill 1,400 or more in a single attack. And what do you expect Israel to do? Sit down and watch? And I was telling, it was my brother, he just left, he came in from America, he lives there, he's a citizen. And I said, Edmond, come. When 9/11 took place in America, do you know how America fought? Do you know the number of nations that were brutally destroyed from that singular act? I said, it is only nations like Nigeria, we don't get power, that will be negotiating with terrorists. If you have the power, you will do the needful, and it will be over the board. The proverb I was going to say, is everybody will begin to cry. So when the fly is patching on the wound of on the sore of a man with
nobody's
a wound,
saying anything.
When the what do you call it? The person with the sore now begins to deal with the what do you call it, fly. Everybody will say, it's too much. Let them sit down in their space and stop looking for trouble. You don't have what it takes to deal with these people. Do you understand? That's honestly for me, I usually don't see Israel going to look for trouble. you know, drawing the first blood, I usually, but the moment you touch them, and Israel know they hear anybody, they will become deaf and dumb. They will just do, you understand? And wherever Israel goes, America will follow them. It's sad, you know, and all of that. But at the end of the day, human beings should think about others. Human beings should do right. Because at the end of the day, now men, they there now.
Okay, it is well low. Next up, we're gonna go to the next headline, even though we're almost done. Our time is fast spent, but let's quickly touch this one. It's 21 minutes past 8 this morning. You're switching to Women Radio 91.7. This is the Daily News Review. I'm with Sumba. My name is Fumi. It's from the Vanguard newspaper. Monday sit at home. Students who miss school risk suspension. That's from the Anambra government. We've been seeing this happen, you know, the Monday sit home has been for 5 years. That's since, I think, COVID year. Yeah. And this was because IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu had said,
lifted the ban.
Say that again?
Nnamdi Kanu himself.
Yes.
Yeah, Nnamdi Kanu himself has lifted.
He has lifted the ban. Yes, I was getting there. Yeah, but the people, it seems like the residents of Anambra State are still afraid that, because there was a, I remember reading where some people were like, are you sure he actually said it? And his lawyer said, oh yeah, go to Sokoto and go and meet him there in the prison and ask him if he actually said it or not. But what we're also seeing, yes, but what we're seeing in Anambra is that still some schools, so it's not that the schools are not compliant, it's that parents are not sending their children to school on Mondays. And then so the commissioner for education in Anambra State had said, look, you people need to comply. And there were particular schools, you know, that were mentioned here, like they need to comply. But Sumba, I would like to hear, like, could it be that people are still scared? I'm guessing that some of them are cautious and afraid, or maybe they're saying things that like, maybe not. Or is it a case of they've been used to not going to school for 5 years on Mondays and it's difficult to get back into it?
Okay, so a couple of things. That people can still be afraid is valid. Okay, they are still watching and waiting. They're being very careful, you know, because I'm sure that after a while, this thing will just eventually, you know, cease and life will return to normal. There are people who are low risk takers. Okay, they're still watching. I can imagine myself, if I live there, I may be among them because I know get picking where I want to do Sarah. Do you understand? Now, that's one. The second thing is, I don't understand the government now trying to sanction the schools. I mean, when you say compliance, who should be compliant? The schools are open. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, the schools are compliant. They are open on Mondays, but the students are not coming. So the school should carry coaster now and begin to go around. Oh yeah, enter bus, so come and go to school. You know, because sometimes it appears that when we push out this, you know, issues or policies or whatever with somebody somewhere is not thinking straight. The schools are open. These schools that you are mentioning are not closed. They open on Mondays, and then some students come. So it's not that it's even, you know, totally empty. Some students come, but some don't come. So if you want compliance, as government, go and, you understand, go and sanction those people. Abroad, if you were living in the UK, in the US or anything, and you have children, you know, they are registered in school, they don't come to school one day, they will visit. You dare not. Your child doesn't come to school. There's no, what do you call it, kind of notification or information to the school, you know, it doesn't come, then they are coming to check. Maybe you are abusing the child, maybe something. So everybody knows that. So why are you now, you know, I think it is misplaced aggression. The schools, as far as I'm concerned, have absolutely nothing to do with this. As long as they are open, they are compliant. If the students are not coming, let government have its agency or whoever, social worker or whatever. And we don't have all of those things. So you now want to do graduate ordinary people that went to do their own business. You go and see what's the and then enforce. In the crimes where I talk about, it is the parents or the guardians of the child that carry you. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
if, as far as I'm concerned, this aggression against the schools is absolutely wrong and unnecessary.
Thank you so much, Sumbo, for that. With that, we're going to call it a rest. Thank you for always coming with so much passion, accuracy, and power. Sounded like a church pastor.
I like that. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure
Shout
to
out
have
you,
you.
Rose. Please get ready.
She will hear. She will hear. All right. Many thanks to every single call and every single message that has come in this morning. 9 o'clock is the news. 9:05 is her lens. And yeah, catch you same time tomorrow, 7:30 for our daily news review.